Well, guys, it's time for round two of the playoffs. And we've got start here, Dallas Stars versus the Seattle Kraken. And yeah, I don't know if we would have expected this to begin with. Dallas, yep, Dallas I had definitely, you know, a chance to move on, but Seattle, that is one hell of a shock, that one. But well deserved. They've played really well to start, and I think this series is going to shape up to be an absolute cracker. So yeah, to get us started with some stats and some things, we've got Jaden here. Take us away, Jaden.
Alrighty. So Dallas finishing second. Obviously, Seattle with the wild card one spot. In the head-to-head during the regular season, Dallas did have the upper hand, winning two and losing one in the OT. So they do have that kind of mentality advantage also going into this. In regards to their players, obviously some more points in regards to Rupe Hintz for the Dallas with 12 points. Seattle have Yanni Gourde on 7. Goalies, exactly the same, .921 for Grubauer and Ottinger. Onto the teams, this is the playoff stats for goals for, against, power play, and penalty kill. So it's not the regular season. Clearly, Dallas here has a pretty good goals for and goals against ratio, basically +1, 3.6 to 2.6. And Seattle here with a slight negative, 2.8 to 3. So Dallas have that advantage on the goals for and goals against as well. They also have a really big advantage on the power play. This will probably be the big talking point throughout this series. If Seattle can get their power play going, they only got a 12% power play this playoffs. Granted, it was against the Avs, so you got to take that into account. And Dallas with a 34.5, that's pretty significant. Penalty kill, both pretty good, 84 and 87, so nothing to complain there. Looks like we both have stars in 7. It's going to be, I think, a tight knit game. Both teams are very team orientated. I just think there's more firepower on the Dallas team. I've obviously had them going into the Stanley Cup final since like mid year, and I haven't really gone against that since. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. I think Seattle, it's the big question mark for Seattle is going to be Grubauer or any of their whichever goaltender they go with. Which I dare say they'll start with Grubauer, and depending on how he goes, they might switch it up at some point. But that is for me that is the big question mark around Seattle. He did really well against Colorado. He showed up and ultimately some of his performances are the reason why they're moving on. But it is that consistency thing with him. Is he going to be able to continue to do that coming up against Dallas Stars? I mean, Colorado has a lot of firepower, but in saying that, they were also missing a bit of firepower as well. So, um, yeah, I just like Dallas overall. I think they've got a fantastic netminder in Ottinger. I think their defense is relatively solid, and then they've got a pretty star-studded forward pack as well. So it's going to be quite hard to see Seattle getting past them. The thing that I do think works for Seattle is just their defensive structure. I think we've said it pretty much all year. It's one of the big things they've got going for them. Um, their coaching of their side is just so good, and they've got four lines, not necessarily a star-studded first and second line, but they've got a very consistent four lines where you can put them on the ice at any stage, and they'll all give you a pretty good performance. So yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a cracker. That's why I think we've both gone 7 games. I think we'll see probably an up and down series of probably 1-1, 2-2, that sort of thing. Um, I don't think we're going to see a 3-1 lead and then it pulled back sort of thing. So yeah, I think it'd be an absolute cracking series, but ultimately I think Dallas are just going to be too strong. And I think Seattle's issue is I think Grubauer will eventually come undone. And then that's what they're going to have to address come the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. I just think Dallas have more of the firepower. They've got, Pavelski, Hintz, Ben, Sagan. Like, I feel like they just got,
Robertson.
yeah, Robertson. Like, they just got so much firepower there. And I feel like that's just going to overwhelm eventually. And that kind of shows in their goals for and goals against. Like, they still play a great defensive game, even with that firepower. So that's my worry for Seattle. But I know Seattle can lock down teams once they play their style. So it really is just depending if Dallas gets their style going. They're pretty fast, and so is Seattle. Actually, they're very fast. I think all these teams that are left in the playoffs are pretty fast, and that's what's exciting. But I don't know if Seattle is going to get a little bit overwhelmed by it. And like I said, eventually I feel like whoever's in net for Seattle might just get overwhelmed and just capitulate just a little bit and concede a little bit too much, and that will cost them at least a game, maybe more, and that will be like the game deciding games that really clinch stars the series. That's how I see it playing out.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that. So yeah, Dallas in 7, guys.
All right, we'll leave it there. Stay tuned for our next video. Like, subscribe, and comment below on what you think of this series. Who will win? Who comes out on top? And who your favorite players are in the series to be the difference makers. But until then, we'll catch you later, guys.
Take care, guys.